Apparently, chat, there's a hate train going around for Wendy Ortiz that has to do with her charity event. People are saying that it's performative. People are saying she sounded stupid in the interview. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Uh, People are saying that it was half-assed, this and that. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, bro? Like? Don't get me wrong. Did Wendy sound kind of slow? You know what I'm saying? When she was doing the interview? Absolutely, yes. I'll give you that, okay? She sounded a little like cuckoo or whatever, right? But give the girl a damn break. What the fuck? At least she's out there trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, earn some money for a good cause. Something that's happening in her community. Like, she don't gotta be 100% a super genius and know everything. Like, at least she's fucking trying. You gotta give some props to the people that are trying, bro. Like, this is what happened, bro. Like, you do something bad, you do something good, and people still talk shit. Yeah, this guy right here, he actually came on. I believe, actually, I don't really know who he is, but let's see what he had to say. He was part of the event.
Past weekend, Wendy Ortiz, a very well-known Latina streamer, hosted a charity car wash event to raise funds to then donate those funds to a nonprofit that provides legal aid to immigrants. Now, the event started at 4 p.m., and when I tell you that from 4 p.m. to around 8:30, 9 p.m., there were cars lined down the block. I mean, it was absolutely insane. And it was great to see, though, because the demographic of people that were showing up to this event, it was Gen Z, yes, but you also had some millennials, some boomers show up to just be a part of it and see some of their favorite streamers like Neon, Benji, Wendy, Evelyn, and my friend Elijah.
I ain't gonna lie, fuck that other dude that you just said, but shout out to everybody else.
Show up and be there and see them stand up for something and be a part of a good cause. Now, at the end of that event, Wendy was able to raise $18,000, which, by the way, she then personally matched herself, which brings the donation to around close to $40,000. That's an insane amount to donate. And like I told her in person, I was extremely proud of her. And I was extremely honored that she actually allowed me to jump on her stream for a good 30 to 45 minutes and talk about what was going on in this country, educate her audience on what.
Which W to them, bruh. W to Wendy. You said WV for getting them lit? Oh, V was over there? Hey, shout out to V. You said Benji left with the bottles too? That's funny.
They could do. And also send a message. But also interview some of the streamers that were there and have them send a message to her audience and to their own audience. So I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I think people are forgetting what the purpose of Wendy is, right? Wendy is not supposed to be the spokesperson when it comes to this kind of things. She is just here to bring the eyeballs and to bring in somebody smarter than her to do the talking, aka this guy right here. Obviously, whoever this is, he's very well educated. He knows what he's talking about. He's a lot more involved in the situation. But he just doesn't have the platform that Wendy does. And that's where Wendy comes along, right? Wendy comes, she shares her platform with her thousands and millions of people that watch her on TikTok in order to spread a positive message and give this guy the opportunity to share what he knows.
And, now that, so many videos have come out, I'm seeing something that I didn't expect. It seems that she's receiving backlash for hosting the event. I'm only going to speak to what I know because, again, I'm new to the streaming world. I don't know a lot of the history that, all of these folks have. But the one thing that I will say is that I'm shocked that anybody could criticize someone trying to do some good. And I want to clear a couple things up. For starters, I want to set the record straight because I've seen a lot of people say, well, she did this because she was pressured. This is a PR stunt. Let me take you back a year, June 6, 2025. That was the day that the raids first started happening here in Los Angeles. I personally was speaking on ICE and immigration way before the raids first started happening. But by then, I was already active. We were collaborating with other creators. And so when the raids first happened here in Los Angeles, Wendy actually messaged me and wanted to take part in the things that we were doing. But unfortunately, I somehow missed the message, didn't get a chance to.
I ain't gonna lie though, that message right there, it really like saved her a lot though, because it shows that it's not really performative and that she actually wanted to do something in order to help her community. But shout out to her, bro. Cause in reality chat, none of these creators have to, bro. They're not obligated. Nobody that has a big platform is obligated to share this information or just use it to benefit or to help others, right? And if they do, then shout out to them. But I don't think people should be shamed for not using their platform, to not benefit other people, or how do I say, spread awareness, right? Because at the end of the day, they're just here to entertain, or they're just here for whatever other reason, right? That's why they have people like this guy right here, where he dedicates himself to share the news, and the people that want to listen to it will listen to it, and the people that don't won't.
See it. But Wendy, at that time when it counted and when it mattered, she attempted to step up to the plate. Unfortunately, we weren't able to connect. But Wendy has tried to get involved. Now, here's the thing. You can look at what Wendy said during the stream, during the event, and what she's talked about, and maybe how she approached it.
You said Univision said it was Ryan's event? Nah, that's funny as hell, bro. That's crazy. Yo, Ryan took the credit for that shit. He said these days you get shamed for speaking out or not speaking out. Yeah, that's why I don't really give a fuck, right? Like, honestly, look, I always said this. This has always been my opinion, right? I will never ever shame somebody for not wanting to speak on whatever it is. If they want to speak on a subject that they feel strongly about, shout out to them. But also, if they would rather not talk about it, then that's not a problem either. I don't think anybody should be getting bullied out here into talking about something that they don't know. AKA Angel De La Rosa should shut the fuck up and stop trying to bully these other creators into talking about something that they're obviously not familiar with. Yeah, they may be part of the community that is being affected, but obviously they're not educated enough to speak on the topic. What do you want them to do? Sound stupid? Is that your goal? Do you really want to help the people, or are you just trying to get, like, fans and a hate train on them in order to fill your pockets up?
And say, well, this she should have done it this way, and she should educate herself here. That's not what I saw. What I saw, because I want to remind everybody, Wendy is 22 years old. I am a 33-year-old man. Okay? At 22, she recognized how important it was for her to step in and do something and raise awareness and do something about what's happening in this country. Now, the fact that she didn't show up how you guys wanted her to, that she didn't say what you wanted her to say and how you wanted her to say it, does not discredit her efforts to do some good. I said it in person, and I'll say it again to Wendy. I applaud you for taking that step and bringing awareness to your audience. And you know what? There are a lot of Latino creators that you guys still support that have never spoken on this and have never stuck their neck out there for this cause. And here comes Wendy, again, trying to do her best and show up the way she can. And
I agree with him, but also too, like, yo, if those other creators don't want to express themselves on, like, the political side of things, then that's just them, bro. Like, you don't have to hate them for it, right? Like, some people just they don't want to be involved in that. And I know it sounds crazy, right? Because it's like, oh, but a lot of people are being affected, their community's being affected, but they gain from their community, blah blah blah. Well, at the end of the day, that's their fans choosing to support that creator, right? Like, those fans probably don't go to that creator to get the latest news or to get whatever it is that they want them to speak about. They go there to find some entertainment, to find a little getaway from what is reality, and just, brain rot for like 10 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes or for however long that they watch their content. And I think that should be fine as well. Even Wendy too. If Wendy decides to never do another charity event again or never do anything at all, I don't think it should be a problem either, bro. That's not her type of, content that she makes. And people, like I said, people need to stop bullying people over that shit. It's whack. It's lame. And if you want to spread more information, just get a bigger platform. That's it. Make more videos. Be more entertaining. Find a way where you can get the message out and it go viral.
Pulling in people like myself and others to be a part of this so that we can add value to this, and still somehow you guys found a way to see some negative. I need everyone who has something negative to say to ask themselves, what are you doing? Because here's a reality that a lot of you guys aren't paying attention to. We need people like Wendy. We need people like Benji. We need people like Neon. We need people with really big platforms to get into this conversation. Myself, when I joined into the politics, I didn't know everything. Hell, I still don't know everything. I'm still learning as I go. But that shouldn't stop anyone from getting involved and speaking up and doing something.
I mean, I agree maybe to an extent. I think that like people like Benji, people like Wendy, people like I mean, I guess Neon as well, right? Anybody with a big platform, getting involved into these politics or whatever. But I also believe that they shouldn't say anything until they are educated and they can form their own opinion. Because a lot of times when these bigger people, come on here and speak about situations, they kind of just regurgitate what they see in the comment sections. And the comment section isn't always right. Right? Like the comment sections, a lot of times they just go with whatever the algorithm is feeding them. They're not really forming their own opinion. And that's kind of annoying, right? Because, if you don't think this way, then automatically you are now outcasted as the evil villain, which may not be the case at all. Maybe that person just decided to get educated a little bit more and they just disagree with that side. And that should be fair too, right? We all need to also learn to accept other people's differences of opinions as well, right? However you may feel.
Not against educating someone and pulling them in, but it's about pulling them in, not pushing them out. So
But yeah, W video chat. I fuck with this one. I feel like you did a really good explanation. Shout out to Wendy too for doing the charity event. Even if she is getting a lot of hate, fuck it. Fuck the haters. They're always gonna hate. I mean, if you do something good and people are hating on you, you can't really please them, right? Like you got to just keep it rolling. At the end of the day, she's going to still keep on, doing her shit. And if she decides to continue to do more charity events or host any events like that with more content creators, bringing everybody together, I think it would be a really good idea. And honestly, I would love to see that just because we need somebody like that, chat. We need somebody in the community to be able to bring everybody, even if they are ops, even if they are enemies, even though in my head, chat, I don't really see anybody as ops. I don't see anybody as enemies. This whole shit is just content. And you never really know the person behind the screen, right? Until you meet them. Now, if you meet them, they're dickheads, they're weird, this and that. You have every right to, feel however you want to feel. But a lot of times the people you see online, they're not really who they are and they're not really how they act as well. So that's why I never really take anything like super, super serious on here. Even though like sometimes I'll express myself like I do. I try to reiterate. Fuck, I sound stupid now. I try to iterate whatever the fuck, you guys know what I'm talking about. In a way where like, it's just content at the end of the day. I know it sounds crazy. I know there's a whole fucking meme going around where it's just like, it's just content. It's just content. But like sometimes it really is just content. Oh, there was this
Wendy?
guy. I guess there was this guy that was hating on it. This was one of the main guys too. Let me see what he said.
Wendy's charity event low-key pisses me off. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why she's getting like so much backlash. It's because it feels so performative. Because it feels like a trend. Because right now the whole ICE situation restarted up again. But don't take it the wrong way. But it's a car wash charity event. Because she said it took her like months to try to plan this. But it's like, bro, it's a car wash charity event. Santi did a
I mean, I don't really think it matters what kind of charity event it is, as long as the money being raised is raised. I think that's all that matters. What I will say is where he has some truth to what he's saying is, the event being postponed / taking longer to make. I can see where he's coming from that because, I mean, it is just a car wash, chat. It doesn't take that long to set up a car wash. Like realistically, all you have to do is just find a spot and post that, hey, listen, guys, we're going to, wash cars here. If you want to come and donate, then you can do that. Hop on the stream. People are going to donate online. People are obviously going to donate in person. So I see his point there. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's a charity event. Who gives a fuck if it's fucking, low class, high class? At the end of the day, the money's being raised and it was raised.
soccer charity event in a whole stadium, and I'm pretty sure he did that in like less than 3 months. I should probably double check but like I'm pretty sure it took him like less time for him to do a whole soccer stadium event than for her doing a car wash charity event. And the reason why I say it like this is because like I know people here in my area that aren't influencers, that don't have money like that don't have the resources like that don't have influencer friends like that, yet they're able to come up with a charity event in less than a month while working a 9 to 5 job. Meanwhile, you have Wendy, who's been out on trips. She's been to Brazil. She went to the Streamer University alumni, like returned. She said that the only reason why she decided to like actually do it is because she saw the guy from Texas get killed. That's what like pushed her to be like, you know what, like I gotta do this. Like, bro, it took you somebody to get killed in order for you to like kickstart this again. No, it kind of feels like you're doing it just because it's a trend in a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That's why.
I mean, you can't dismiss what he's saying, chat. Like, I'm not saying that she's doing it like for brownie. And honestly, even if she is doing it for brownie points, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a good cause is still a good cause. But like I can't 100% disagree with what he's saying. Like I see his POV.
You're getting a lot of backlash. You kind of said it in your own words that it pushed you to do it because the guy got killed. Essentially, because just because it wasn't a trend anymore, and that people were like on ice because they quieted down a lot for a while since Christy Nome left the office, which is going to the next part that I was gonna say. If you're gonna do a charity event, you gotta like educate yourself, and especially if you're gonna do an interview or like just be prepared for an interview. Somebody's asking you questions because it just felt like you didn't know what the fuck you were saying, along with some of the creators there as well, that they just don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I
mean, he's not wrong about that, bro. They didn't really educate themselves that well. I feel like a lot of them weren't really well spoken or really knew much about like the topic at hand besides, you know, watching TikTok videos and seeing the shit go down. But that's why she also got somebody that was educated, you know, and that was going around speaking that. Or I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, shit, at least from what I've seen.
saw a clip. I literally, right before I made this video, I saw a clip of Crystal being asked a question of what this charity event is for. And she said that it was for ICE. Like, this is what I mean, bro. Like,
okay. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If she said that shit, holy shit, she is dumb. What the fuck, Crystal? Maybe, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe they shouldn't have interviewed the influencers. Maybe they should have used the influencers as like eye candy to get the views and shit. And they should have like, you know, the spokesperson just do all the talking. I'll agree at that one, okay?
and then the comments are gonna be like, well, you know what they meant. What if like other people who don't even know that they're Mexican, so like they don't know who they are, and they were to see that clip, just that clip saying this event is for ICE. This is what I'm talking about. It just feels so performative just to get some good cookie points. That's why you're receiving so much hate. Like I said, it's the right thing to do, just the wrong person, at least the wrong person right now. Now, the Amanda situation, I'm not gonna blow it out of proportion, but I'm gonna kind of say something just so that it like you can think about it for a second. So people were saying that she was kind of weird for not wearing the shirt because I guess it was because it was hot, right? Something like that, which I get it. Yes, it's California, so it gets hot. But like, it's also a charity event, so like the shirt's kind of like representing like.
Wait, yeah, low key. Actually, I was kind of curious about that though. Why did Amanda not wear the shirt? Now I'm not gonna sit here like shout out to her, bro, because she was over there. It looked like she was trying to make the event, you know what it was. She was cleaning it, she was dancing, this and that. So I'm not gonna fucking bash on Amanda for doing something good, but I did think about that, right? Like I didn't make a video about it, I didn't comment on it or anything like that, but it was in my head like, wait, why is she the only one that's not wearing the shirt? I don't know, maybe she went.
You guys are trying to do with this charity event. How do you think the people?
You said she was wearing it, but it was hot. I mean, is that really a good excuse though, chat? Like, again, I don't want to bash Amanda, right? Because I'm not trying to sound like a fucking hater or anything like that. Shout out to her, you know, for being there, for doing it. Because she seemed like she was really, really, really active in the whole event. But like, bro, it's just the shirt. It can't be that hot, right? Where you can't wear a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, trust me. I've been outside 100-degree weathers wearing a long sleeve shirt. Wearing a little white t-shirt, you know, for especially when you could literally pour water on yourself too to cool yourself down.
the detention centers who have been there for months and how like they're being treated must feel. If you're doing an event, you should probably just sort of sacrifice is what I'm trying to say. Everybody else is doing it, so like just kind of suck it up is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, to be fair though, look, chat, a lot of people are gonna say that this
Would
dude, you know, and I already know I'm gonna
Wendy's-
get a lot of hate for saying this, but a lot of people are gonna say that, you know, this dude is just hating and shit. But to be fair, he brings up some fair points, okay? He didn't go crazy. He wasn't like super disrespectful or anything like that. I get where he's coming from. But at the end of the day, though, I still do believe that, you know, you should appreciate what Wendy did, right? You know, because even though, yes, she may be uneducated on topic, you know, yes, she may be not the best person when it comes to like speech or whatever, but she at least tried, and she is one of the people with the biggest platform. So regardless of her, you know, doing it the way that you think she should have done it, the fact is people have a conversation about it and it's already out there as well. So shout out to her. You know, a W is a W at the end of the day. Now it's really up to everybody else to just have an educated discussion about said topic.